We're joined now by Michael Tunsham, Senior Fellow at the Austrian Institute for European and Security Policy for more. Thank you for joining us. Just explain to us from your perspective, how does this ceasefire serve the interests and the agendas of Putin, but also Erdogan?
Good to be with you, Rosie. Thank you for asking. We see it benefits both. It's kind of a pause for both sides. It is kind of the best that Erdogan could expect. Turkey's main interest is the positions in the north, in the Kurdish regions. And so if they lose Idlib, this would be a problem for Turkey to maintain its positions in the north. And of course, Turkey was worried about the refugees coming to Turkey. So through its innovative use of UAVs and electronic warfare, Turkey surprised everyone with its capability and was able to halt the advance of Assad's forces. On the other hand, Turkey really doesn't have many good options versus Russia, and so it was forced to accept all the territorial advances. So the Sochi agreement has been updated with new boundary lines, which is the M4 highway. As we saw in the report, it's unlikely to last, and there have already been shelling by Assad's forces and strikes by Russian jets about 30 minutes after the truce went into effect.
You've mentioned that it seems a bit fragile then, this ceasefire as it is. It is currently holding. Going forward, how do you expect Russia and Turkey to be able to advance with their own motivations?
That's an excellent question. Part of it is also how much each side can control its allies, how much Assad can control Hezbollah and other Iranian-backed forces. The Syrian regime wants all of Syria. And right now, Turkey has gotten a respite and has a much smaller safe zone. But that safe zone will not work unless it's a no-fly zone. Russia has air dominance, so at the end of the day, even though a war would be costly between the two and both want to avoid it, Russia would win. So right now, the only way Turkey could sustain what it has now in Idlib is to enforce its own no-fly zone, and that would also put Turkey in a position of requesting the United States and its NATO allies in Europe to assist with that. So that's, I think, where we stand
Just very
now.
briefly, if I could, because we're slightly short on time. From your perspective, has Erdogan overplayed his hand?
Yeah, for those who thought that Turkey and Russia had a strategic partnership, this was mistaken. It's always been transactional. And, Turkey then leaned towards Russia with the Turk Stream for its energy needs and with buying the S-400 for its strategic air defense needs. But it didn't turn into a strategic partnership. On the other hand, those who thought that the conflict between Turkey and Russia would just push Turkey into the arms of the West were also mistaken, because Turkey's relationship, they can compartmentalize this conflict because Turkey gains a lot in these other areas that enables Turkey to maintain strategic autonomy or a degree of autonomy.
And we'll have to see if that situation stays, and particularly, as you say, as the ceasefire is fragile, if that actually holds. Thank you very much, Michael Tunsham. Sorry we didn't have more time.